Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. John and Dave are over on the Infinity, but first I got a promise I need to fulfill. I told you I was going to show you how to check a cam sensor right in your driveway. All you need to do is check your service manual, get a schematic, and make sure you back probe the correct terminals. Leave it plugged in to your cam sensor. Remove it from the block and turn the key on, and you should have a voltage reading on your DVOM. Right now it's there, but if you pass a magnetic piece of material in front of it, such as a socket, the voltage will actually go away. Move it away, the voltage comes back, go back in front of it, it goes away. What that does is that lets you know the computer is getting a signal from the cam sensor. That's actually what John and Dave are dealing with. Let's check in with them.
Well, gentlemen, we got the new cam sensor in there, and this is the one we took off of it. John, I went online and found a chart that's going to show us how to inspect this. And we're looking for continuity, basically, is what it comes down to.
There you go. That's basically the thing, what's happening. You saw where Josh actually waved the metal in front of it and caused the signal. That was heavy. You can just simply go across it. Pretty cool. You go to ohms of resistance. Got it. If you go to ohms of resistance, what the chart's looking for is it's looking for some kind of continuity between all the terminals. So you'd have to go to every one of them. But we did this a little earlier. In our case, I come in here and I touch the terminals. And when I touch two of them, I got continuity. There you go. You don't want 0 or OL, but I touched the outer two. I have OL in both of those. So Dave, right off the bat, we know without doing any further tests, there's an open in here, and that's causing that code, that's for sure.
And that is definitely where our problem is.
Yeah, now, even more important, that's pretty cool. While you had it apart, man, you got this high tech. What'd you have to do to get that cover off?
Well, when we last left you here, I was taking off the tank on the front. This is the reservoir for the radiator. Next, that exposed the cover here for the VDT unit here. There were 8 bolts. If you can't hear, there were 7 because I lost one down below, but we'll find that. It's uncovered.
I think 7 will hold it.
Yeah, that's right. It can possibly go wrong, right? And once I got the bolts off, then that revealed, oh, actually there were 2 connectors as well for the wires, one on top and one on the bottom. And once I got it open, this is what we found here. Now, here's the solenoid. From here, the oil's injected right into the front of the cam phaser there, John.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And if you look on the exhaust, that's even cooler. You actually have a magnetic here on the exhaust, a magnetic piece that locks it, moves it, adjusts it. That right there will hold the exhaust. But this intake is oil driven, and you can see it right here. This is pretty cool. If I turn this to the right or to the left, you can see that the actual camshaft's moving and the phaser is not. So we can change that with the timing or the timing chain or belt, whatever, to get the timing chain to move. But even cooler, what Dave was saying, if I take this off on the inside, that solenoid is injecting fluid into this unit, and inside of that phaser are these little wiper arms here. And these little wiper arms, you can see them right there, the little white things, they're going to shift to the left and to the right. And what's happening is oil pressure is driving that one direction, we vent and we drive it in the other direction. So I'm moving the timing, yet the camshaft's sitting still. Now, if these crud up or you don't have the oil pressure or the solenoid's not working, the whole unit's not going to work, and that cam sensor's going to go, hey man, we have an issue right there, if that's not enough parts.
Talk about the solenoid not working. Here, I took the screw out here, and you can see what this thing looks like. This is such a cool piece of technology.
There you go. Now, my solenoid right here, these are the tiny little screens. Now, the oil has to pass through there, so think about that. First of all, I want to get some cleaner and clean all those, make sure the oil's passing through it. Second, it has to move. It has to move back and forth to allow the oil to inject in there. And Power Probe hooked us up with this cool Power Probe, so if you hold that for a second, let me grab this, and we'll go to the power side, and we'll go to the ground side. All right, we're going to simulate the computer actually moving this. All right, if I can touch it on there, there it goes. Wow, now you guys look at that. So that's out, engaged, bam, released. Out, engaged, boom, released. That's going to stop and allow that oil flow to go into that phaser. Once it goes into the phaser adjusted, the cam sensor has to tell it where it's at. Man, what could go wrong?
Is that all that happens in there? That is incredible.
There's a lot going on in there, but You know, it's just a matter of cleaning that up, a couple of driveway tests. Those codes are all interrelated. You said earlier that how it precisely measures that fuel, that's the key. So rockauto.com hooked us up with the new solenoid. We might as well put this in, and then it's all about what, Dave?
It's cracked open, and it's all about putting it back together in the reverse order.
Man, that's all. Follow your torque specifications. We'll have to clear the codes, take it on a test drive. Voila, another one solved.
You got it. We'll be right back with more Tech Garage from rockauto.com, and you'll want to stay tuned because we've got more of Keep It or Crush It.